All right, welcome everyone to Movement Yoga Flow. I'm practicing here with Kathy Cormier. As always, it's a Wednesday today. Kathy has a scheduling conflict tomorrow, but she graciously agreed to do some yoga with me today. Beautiful sunshiny day here in San Francisco, as one of our baseball announcers likes to say. So, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Awesome. Come on up.
Thank you, Mark. Good morning.
All right. As always, we can go lots of different directions, generally go in similar directions because repetition
I love
is
that
calming
class
to the
you
mind.
had. Your class last night was really great. I'd do that whole class again.
The whole class again? Okay.
Or something like it.
Yeah, I kind of remember what I did.
Anything will be great, but that was a great class last night, that's what I'm saying.
Awesome. Well, let's start with our hands on our hips, and let's just march it side to side. Give it a little kick. A little rock head action as we cross the legs. There you go. Just waking up our hips, waking up our feet, waking up our legs. And then let's stay grounded through 2 feet as we rock it from side to side. And then finding your center. Let's rock it front to back as we lift heels and lift toes. Notice how this engages your low belly to maintain your balance. Your center of balance, 3 fingers below the navel. Whoa. And then grounded through the toes, grounded through the heels as we rock it front to back. An exercise in perception needs a little bit soft, but let the feet do the work as we circle the circumference of the feet. Waking up our feet, waking up our legs, and then taking those circles the other way. And coming back to center. At this point, I'll invite you to narrow your stance as you challenge your balance. You don't have to go too tight. Finding a place to work that works for you. Finding that perfect balance between challenging yourself and being at ease in the pose. From here, we can take our hands to our shoulders, fingers relaxed, and just letting those shoulders relax down onto our ribs. From here, I'll invite you to find a press of the hands behind the back of the head, pressing the head lightly into the hands. And keeping that sense of space, we can bring our hands by our side. And then I'll invite you to bring hands to heart. A light press of your thumb against your sternum as you line up each finger. Starting our practice this morning, just watching as our breath flows in. And as the breath flows out, arriving here on our yoga mats, ready for a morning yoga practice or a noontime yoga practice if you're elsewhere in the country. We do have some East Coast followers. From a place of just watching your breath, I'm invite you to shape your breath with a long, slow breath in, followed by an equally long, slow breath out. As you breathe in, I'll invite you to find a full body breath, bringing the air to the top of your chest, the base of your belly, filling up each side waist, filling up both front and back planes of your body. As you breathe out, I'll invite you to engage your core as you draw the low belly in and out, concurrently lifting the kidneys in and out, squeezing a little more air out, most importantly with that core engagement on the exhalation, providing structural support for your low back as we move through these shapes and sequences. The inhale takes care of itself. To this deeper, fuller breath, moving towards a go-to breath in many flow practices, the Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath, slightly constricting the base of your throat, adding a slight sound and feel to your breath. And as we flow through our practice this morning, letting the sound and feel of your breath be a focus for your practice, the sound of which often compared to the sounds of the ocean as the waves wash in and out. Keeping this, finding the tongue loop, tip of the tongue to the hard palate just behind the teeth. Keeping that tongue loop throughout the practice. Keeping our jaws relaxed and connecting front and back planes of our bodies. And finally, with your lips closed, adding a slight smile to your face. A Mona Lisa smile, opening up the front of your throat so your breath has lots of room to circulate. refresh, and revitalize. Keeping all this, lifting the chin tall through the crown. I'll invite you to roll your hands over as you bring your hands by your side. Sun Salutation A, we'll take it in 3 pieces. Arms and shoulders as we inhale, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, arms back down. 2 more times like this, breathing arms up. Exhaling, arms down. Observing the natural rhythm of the shoulders. As the arms elevate, the shoulders elevate. As the arms descend, the shoulders descend. Half sun salutation, adding a forward fold and a back bend. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. On the exhale, leading with the heart as you fold. Take a breath to arc the back. Hands can cap the knees, or you might choose to use bricks. On the exhale, folding again. Hands can capture the back of the shins as we traction ourselves deeper. Strong tuck of the chin. You could also use bricks. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead, finding your neutral spine, back of the head in line with the sacrum. Exhaling, standing tall, hands by your side. 2 more times like this. Inhaling, up. On the exhale, finding your forward fold. Take a breath to arc the back as we lift chin and tail. Exhaling, arching the spine as we fold. Strong tuck of the chin as we stretch out our back. Inhaling, leading with back heart, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. 1 more to go. Inhaling, up. Exhaling, over. Take a breath to create length. Keeping that length as we fold again. Inhaling, riding the breath back up. Exhaling, standing tall. Sun Salutation A. I'll ask you to go sideways cat, finding the top of your mat just so you know the bricks mark the edge of the frame. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. On the exhale, finding your forward fold. Take a breath to arc the back. And then arching the spine, strong tuck of the chin as you ground down through the hands. I will not cue vinyasa as you find your down dog. So stepping 1 foot back and then the other. As we hold this down dog, I'll invite you to walk this dog as you bend one leg deeply and then the other. Grounding down through the opposite heel. If the shoulders feel right and good, maybe adding a little dip of one shoulder and then the other. I'll invite you to keep the neck relaxed and the head super, super heavy. Just seeing how your body feels this morning. What feels tight? What feels right? What feels somewhere in between? From this place of movement, moving back towards relative stillness. Long arms, long legs, long spine, deep full breath. Despite the lack of overt movement, you're still breathing, your heart's still beating, your mind's still moving. And by focusing on your breath, finding a little more space between each breath, each beat of the heart, each thought, and breathing into that space. Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail end of that breath, bending your knees ever so slightly as you lift the tailbone just a little bit higher, finding a little more space in the low back. And then mindfully making your way to the front of your mat. Take a breath to create length when you arrive, arcing the back, lifting chin and tail. On the exhale, puffing back heart, strong tuck of the chin as we round the spine. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead, finding your neutral spine. And then exhaling, standing tall. Second one, much like the first. This time I will cue vinyasa. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. On the exhale, leading with the heart as you fold. Take a breath to create length. Keeping that length as you fold again. Grounding on down through the hands, and this time keeping the elbows soft as you find a push-up. Yoga style, it's a tricep push-up. Elbows shave the ribs. Feel free to use the knees or not. Inhaling either into a cobra, the hips stay down, or lifting into your up dog as you lift those hips up. And either using the knees or not, back to your down dog. Always finding a way to move through space that works for you. No rights, no wrongs. Well, there would be one wrong, which you hurt yourself, and we certainly don't want that. First rule of yoga, do no harm to yourself, to your students, to the community around you. From down dog, long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail into that breath, bending the knees ever so slightly as you lift the tailbone just a little bit higher, finding a little more space in the low back, and then looking between the hands, and maybe taking a jump to the front of your mat. Take a breath to create length when you arrive. Keeping that length as we fold again. Inhaling, riding the breath up, hands over head pose. Exhaling, standing tall. Let's do one more sun salé. We'll throw a plank into the mix. Inhaling up. Exhaling over. Take a breath to create length. Keeping that length as we fold again. Grounding on down and cycling through vinyasa. You can always skip that at home. We do a lot of push-ups in a flow practice, and you want to do the right amount of push-ups. Feeling free to hold down dog, feeling free to choose a child's pose or all fours. For the purposes of this room, inhaling forward to plank pose, finding that connection between head, hips, and heels. Finding a line of strength running from the crown of the head, through the spine, through the legs, back out through those heels. Strong, strong, strong. Shoulders super, super, super engaged. Despite all that effort, still finding an easeful quality to your breath. Long, smooth breath in. Long, smooth breath out. Tail end of that breath, navel to spine as you lift the hips high and holding your down dog for another couple of breaths. Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail end of that breath, bending your knees ever so slightly as you lift the tailbone just a little bit higher. And then looking between the hands as you either step or take that jump front. Take a breath to find length when you arrive, arcing the back. Arching the spine as you fold again. Inhaling, finding your neutral spine, arms out to the side and then overhead. On the exhale, standing tall. Traditional second warm-up exercise, Sun Sal B, flow style. Hang on. I've added an extra breath to the opening sequence. Inhaling into tall spine. Exhaling, keeping tall spine, finding your chair. Inhale and hold. Exhale, go lower. Inhaling, rising on up, finding a back bend at the top. On the exhale, a big swan dive over. Take a breath to create length as we arc. And then arching the spine as we ground on down and making your way back to down dog as you will. Either cycling through vinyasa or stretching straight back. Or the beauty of a flow practice, you can make another choice instead. Always respecting your body, listening to what it says. From down dog, flow style. Feet together, right leg high for the three-legged dog. High on the left toes as you stretch out Achilles tendon and calf. And then looking between the hands, pitching that leg even higher. Feel that glute engage. And then sweeping that right foot through, spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side, and then overhead warrior one. And then riding the exhale back to low lunge as you spin that back heel up. And from low lunge, back to down dog as you will. Either cycling through vinyasa or stretching straight back. Yogi's choice. Second side when you're ready. Feet together, left leg high. High on the right toes. Stretching out Achilles tendon and calf. And then looking between the hands. Pitching that leg even higher. Feel that glute engage. And then sweeping that left foot through, spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side, and then overhead. Inhaling as we gather up the energy. On the exhale, spinning the palms out as we offer the energy out. Back to low lunge. And from low lunge, back to down dog, as you will. Take your time. Find your flow. Follow your breath. Always meet in down dog. That's our gathering place. Just like being on a hike. Some people hike fast. Some people hike not so fast. And we always wait for everybody at some point along the trail. Free to stay wherever you are. From down dog, long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail end of that breath, bending your knees ever so slightly as you lift the tailbone just a little bit higher. And then looking between the hands as you step or take that jump front. Take a breath to arc the back when you arrive. Arching the spine as we fold again. Inhaling, stay low, no extra breath, finding your chair. Exhaling, taking it lower. Inhaling, rising on up, a little back bend at the top, open heart, open throat. On the exhale, neutral spine, hands by your side. Let's do one more sun sal B. We'll throw a dragon dog into the mix. Inhaling into tall spine. Keeping tall spine, exhaling, finding your chair. Inhale and hold. Exhale, go lower. Inhale, rising on up. On the exhale, a big swan dive over. Take a breath to create length. Keeping that length as we round the spine, grounding on down, making your way back to down dog as you will. From down dog, flow style. Feet together, right leg high. High on the left toes as we stretch out Achilles tendon and calf. And either staying here or bringing knee to nose, nose to knee, shoulders over wrist for your dragon dog. And then inhale, back leg long. 2 more times. Exhale it forward, take your time. Inhale it back. Exhale it forward and hold for the inhale. And then navel to spine as you step that foot front, spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side, and then overhead, inhaling. And then riding the exhale back to low lunge. And from low lunge, back to down dog as you will. Take your time. Find your flow. Follow your breath. Second side when you're ready. Feet together, left leg high. High on the right toes. Stretching out Achilles tendon and calf. And either hanging here for a few breaths. Or knee to nose, nose to knee, shoulders over wrist. Dragon dog. And inhale it back. 2 more times. Exhale it forward. Inhale it back. Exhale it forward and hold. And then lots of core engagement as you step that foot front. Spinning the back heel down, back leg long, back leg strong. Inhaling up. And then riding the exhale back to low lunge. And from low lunge, back to down dog as you will. Take your time. There's other places to work besides down dog. I've mentioned all fours. I've mentioned the child's pose. Always listening to your body and most importantly, respecting what your body has to say. Your energy level, your breath, your state of mind. You can always turn the flow practice into a very restful sequence, or it could be less restful, really up to you. And sometimes less restful is exactly what we want. Sometimes more restful is what we want. So always just figuring that out for yourself. And that's the beauty of the flow practice. From down dog, long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail end of your breath, bending the knees ever so slightly as you lift the tailbone just a little bit higher. And then looking between the hands as you either step or jump it front. Take a breath to create length in your eye. Keeping that length as we fold. On the inhale, stay low, neutral spine, knees over toes, chair pose. Exhaling, taking it lower. Inhaling, rising on up. On the exhale, standing tall. I'll ask you to face camera, Kathy. Hands find the heart. A light press of your thumb against your sternum as you line up each finger. Relax shoulders, a soft tuck of the chin. Watching as our breath flows in. And watching as our breath flows out. Lifting the chin tall through the crown. I'm going to invite you to roll your hands over as you bring your hands by your side. Hands find the hips. If your feet aren't already there, either stepping or jumping your feet hip width apart. Letting an inhale, grow the spine, or grow the shoulders up, around, back, and down. Open heart, open throat, hinging at the hips as you find a forward fold. Bending the knees enough so peace sign fingers catch the big toes. Take a breath to arc the back. And then exhaling, arching the spine as we hold fingers to big toe pose. As we hold fingers to big toe pose, gently rocking your body weight front to back, back to front, waking up the back of your legs. And then connecting with your center of balance, 3 fingers below the navel. And staying grounded through the heels, lifting the hips higher and folding a little deeper. Turning fingers to big toe pose into hands under feet pose. Take a breath to arc the back. And now bending the knees enough to bring the palms under the soles of the feet. And then stepping on the hands as we stretch out the wrists and the forearms. As we hold hands under feet pose, rocking your body weight front to back, back to front. And then letting a little more weight collect in the toes, grounded through the heels, lifting the hips higher and folding a little deeper. Now exploring the diagonals of the back, left hand off to the left, right hand under left foot, and stepping on right hand as we stretch out left shoulder and hip. Now bending right leg any amount as we step on the hand harder. Straightening right leg, bending left leg as we step on the floor harder. 2 straight legs, right hand off to the right, left hand under right foot, and stepping on left hand as we stretch out left shoulder and hip. Now bending left leg any amount as we step on the hand harder. Straightening left leg, bending right leg as we step on the floor harder. 2 relatively straight legs. Right hand stays off to the right. Peace sign fingers catch the left big toes. Any amount, shifting weight into right foot and right hand as we float that left foot. Any amount. Left foot comes down. Left hand off to the left. Peace sign fingers catch the right big toe. Shifting weight into the left hand and left foot as we float that right foot. Any amount.
You did it the wrong way first.
They won't notice. 2 feet come down. 2 hands find the floor. Take a breath to set your neutral spine as we bring hands to hips. Keeping neutral spine, exhale and hold. And then inhaling, keeping neutral spine, hinging on up. And either stepping or jumping your feet together or closer. I'll ask you to go sideways, Kathy. Sun salutation C, an extended standing pose sequence. Inhaling into tall spine. Keeping tall spine, finding your chair. Inhale and hold. Exhale, go lower. Inhale, rising on up. On the exhale, a big swan dive over. Take a breath to create length as you arc. And then arching the spine as you fold again. And grounding down through the hands, making your way back to down dog as you will. If you want to play with a jump back, go for it. So we'll add on to that dragon dog. Feet together, right leg high, high on the left toes as you stretch out Achilles tendon and calf. Either hanging here at home or for the purpose of this room, bringing right knee to right elbow. Maybe give it a tap, maybe not. Inhale it up, keep it slow. Exhaling right knee to left elbow, maybe tap it, maybe not. And inhale it up. Now exhale that knee center and hold. And then lots of core engagement as we step that foot front, spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side, and then overhead, warrior one. I'll invite you to bring hands back to the hips. This is your chance to adjust your stance, either staying right where you are, shortening your stance if there's too much stretch in your legs, or if you want a little more stretch, shifting weight onto the front foot as you step that back foot back. With our hands on our hips, we can steer our hips front, front hip back, back hip front. They're not going to get there, but you want to feel that energetic engagement. Thumbs find the shoulders, fingers relaxed. I'm going to let you to circle one shoulder front and then the other. Feels so good. And then taking those asymmetrical shoulder rolls the other way. And then steering the heart front and center and letting those shoulders relax onto our ribs. Coming back to a clasp of the fingers behind the back of the head, pressing the head hard into the hands, open heart, open throat, elbows wide to the side. Keeping that width as we stretch our hands high. From here, pulling silk threads, we don't want to break the threads as we gather up the energy. Exhaling cactus arms as we offer it out 8 times. Breathing in, breathing out with the breath. Last 2. Last one, breathing in, breathing out in, holding warrior one, legs with cactus arms. The elbows move back, the hands come with. I'll invite you to ripple those fingers as you keep your hands supple. From here, let's launch into our warrior 3. As hands find the hips, we spin the back heel up. Either one big step or a couple of steps in as we prepare to balance on our right foot. Pitching the body forward, lengthening that leg back. We can flex that back foot. Either keeping hands on hips, let me adjust the camera here, or hands find the heart. Either keeping hands at heart or finding your airplane arms, arms out to the side. Either keeping airplane arms or sweeping those hands in front and lifting the face to look through those hands as if you're holding a large glass ball. Could you pitch the body a little bit lower? All hands find all hips as we soften the front knee, sweeping that back foot forward, finding our flamingo. If you have to tap down, no big deal. Now pointing the toe as we balance on one foot. Either staying here or taking a little bow to the knee as we gather energy into our belly, lengthening through the leg without dropping the thigh. Could you lift that leg a little higher? Now flexing the foot as we sweep that foot through, back to warrior 1 with our hands on our hips. With our hands on our hips, let me adjust the camera here. We'll steer warrior 1 hips into warrior 2 hips as we steer the hips sideways, kicking the back foot in for a narrower stance, and then finding one long arm, looking out past those front fingers with a steady yet relaxed gaze. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, great shape to do it in as we look towards that intention. From here, painting rainbows, straightening the front leg without locking the knee, inhaling. Exhaling warrior 2, 8 times, breathing in, breathing out with the breath. Last 2. Last one, holding that reverse warrior. Reaching up higher, reaching down further. Finding more space between each rib with every breath. Mimicking your ribs with your fingers as you spread those fingers wide, finding more space in your hands. Could you spread those fingers wider? Turning our reverse warrior back into warrior two. Finding your rainbow warrior, a clasp of the fingers behind the back, shoulder blades backing down onto our ribs, open heart, open throat. And then taking a deep dive inside the front leg. Once you find the depth of your fold, letting the neck relax and the head be heavy. As we hold the shape, I'm inviting you to add a swing and a sway. Inviting any tension in your neck and shoulders to drain down into the earth. In our rainbow warrior, before we come up, I'll suggest a strong tuck of the chin and stretching out the back of your neck. Keeping that tuck as we bring it on up. Lifting the chin tall through the crown back to our warrior two, one long arm. Gazing towards that intention. From here, moving towards triangle pose. Thumb and forefinger finds crease of hip, other way. And then base of rib. Deepening that crease, lengthening those ribs. Keeping a little spring in the knee, grounding bottom hand down, either thumb in line with shin bone. Some folks like to catch the big toe. Others of us folks will use bricks outside the calf. Let me move that bottom brick a little bit. Again, move it a little bit. One more time, you keep moving it up. So it'll be right in the center. How's that feel?
Thank you.
Awesome. Once we have our foundation, left hand, top hand can rotate those ribs. Opening up shoulder. Stretching hand high to the sky. Choosing either to look down to the ground, off to the side, or up to the sky. Finding a drishti, or eye focus that works for your breath, your balance, your energy level. With every breath in, gathering energy in your belly. With every breath out from that belly center, finding more space in the shape from the inside out, connecting with the pulsation of your breath. From here, moving towards the triangle on one foot, top hand finds the hip. We can soften the front knee, either one big step, a couple of steps, or a slide as we bring that back foot front. Set your base first. Setting your base, hand and foot. Once we have that base, back leg gets light, we can flex that back foot. Using that left hand, that top hand to rotate your ribs. Opening up shoulder. Stretching hand high to the sky. Let me adjust the camera here so we can see this beautiful, beautiful half moon. Awesome. Look at that. Holding that half moon just like in triangle with every breath in, gathering energy in your belly. With every breath out from that belly center, finding more space from the inside out, connecting with the pulsation of your breath. Top hand finds the hip. We can soften that front knee for a big step back or a small step. Hands find the hips, adjusting your stance as we come back to our warrior two. You could go short, you could go long, you could stay right where you are. Again, looking past those front fingers with that mixture of effort and ease. Gazing towards your intention. From here, a big windmill of the arms as we stretch out our shoulders. Let me adjust camera again. As you make your way back to low lunge. And from low lunge, back to down dog as you will. Take your time. Find your flow. Before we find our second side, this is an opportunity to grab some water, take a break, maybe find a child's pose. Those of you that aren't doing any of that, I'll cue the plank pose. So feel free to, if you want to grab some water, Kath, go for it. At home, you can hold your plank. When you're ready to move on from plank pose, finding your down dog if you're drinking water, or finding child's pose, finding your down dog. I'll cue it from there. All right, The choice.
Thank you.
Of course. Flow style. Feet together, right leg high, high on the left toes. Sorry, left leg high, high on the right toes. Other side here, yeah. So gonna have left, we got right leg up, right? I want to make sure we're on the same page. High on the left toes as we stretch out Achilles tendon and calf.
Oh wait, high on the left side.
So we always do, let's see, we do left. I'm trying to think how we started. Do you remember?
I don't.
I think I always start, we want to have right foot front. So, okay, so
Yeah,
we're going to have left leg up.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to bring left knee to left elbow. Give it a tap, maybe not. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
First left to left. Yeah, so left to left. We're confusing ourselves here. And then back up. Now left to right as we find the twist. Awesome. Now we figured it out. We're all good. Inhale it up. Now we're going to bring the knees center and hold for that extra breath. Navel to spine, lots of core engagement. And then stepping that foot front. Spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side. And then overhead. Warrior one. From here, we'll bring hands back to the hips, the opportunity to adjust your stance. Kathy tends to land a perfect stance. I tend to go short, so I always like to get a little more stretch in my legs. Great way to do that is to shift weight onto the front foot and take that back foot back. Some of you all may land a long stance, and you need to be in a more easeful place because it's a long sequence. So I'm taking that opportunity. Hands on hips, we can steer our hips front, back hip front, front hip back. They're not going to get there, but you want to feel that energetic action. From here, thumbs find the shoulders, fingers relaxed, elbows wide to the side. So let those fingers be a little more dangly. That should feel pretty good. And then circling one shoulder front and then the other. Warming up our upper back. Great place to do this with one leg forward, one leg back. We've stabilized the low back. And then taking those asymmetrical shoulder rolls the other way. Now steering heart front and center. And letting those shoulders relax onto your ribs. Finding the other clasp of the fingers behind the back of the head. Pressing the head hard into the hands, open heart, open throat, elbows wide to the side. Keeping that as we stretch those hands high. From here, pulling silk threads, gathering up the energy, straightening the front leg without locking the knee. Exhaling cactus arms. 8 times. Breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're halfway done. With the breath. Last 2. Last 1, breathing in, breathing out and holding warrior 1. Legs with cactus arms. The elbows move back, the hands come with. Open heart, open throat, rippling the fingers, enjoying the stretch. Now hands find the hips. We're going to launch into our warrior 3. As we spin the back heel up, you can take either find the float instantly or take a step in, finding a place where you find your balance. We'll be here a little bit, so make sure you're balanced. That's the warrior 3. So we're going to pitch the body forward and lengthen the leg back as we flex that back foot. Hip of the lifted leg a little bit higher than hip of the standing leg. Let me adjust the camera here. Either keeping hands on hips or hands find the heart. Hands could stay on heart, or we could find our airplane arms out to the side. Either keeping, feel free to tap down at any point. It's your balance. Maybe hands sweep in front, as if you're holding a large glass ball, and lifting your face to look through that ball. Maybe looking towards that intention. Could you go a little bit lower? All hands find all hips as we come to our flamingo, sweeping that foot front, pointing the toe, standing on one foot. From here, taking a little bow to the knees, we gather energy in our belly, lengthening through that leg without dropping the thigh, keeping that point to the toe. Could you lift that leg a little higher? Now flexing the foot as you sweep it on through. Feel free to take a number of steps or one big step as we come back to our warrior 1 with our hands on our hips. Turning warrior 1 hips into warrior 2 hips, steering the hips sideways, kicking the back foot in for a narrower stance, and then finding one long arm. Looking past those front fingers with a mixture of effort and ease. Looking towards your intention. From here, painting rainbows 8 times, straightening that front leg without locking the knee, inhaling. Exhaling warrior 2, 8 times. With the breath. And last 2, breathing in, breathing out. Last 2. And then last 1. And holding. Last 3. Anyway, get to this place where we hold the Statue of Liberty here. Long through the arms, long through the legs, wide fingers, wide ribs, breathing in all that space. Could you spread your hands a little wider, finding more space in your hands? From our reverse warrior back to warrior 2. Finding our rainbow warrior, switching the clasp of the fingers behind the back, shoulder blades backing down onto our ribs as we open up heart and throat. Keeping that initially as we take a deep dive inside the front leg. Once you find the depth of your dive, letting your neck relax and your head be heavy, letting those shoulders melt off the ribs and down towards the floor. As we hold the rainbow warrior, a little swing, a little sway, inviting any tension in your neck and shoulders to drain down through the crown of the head into the earth. Before you come up, a strong tuck of the chin, stretching out the back of the neck. Before you come up. Keeping that tuck as we bring it on up. Now lifting the chin tall through the crown, back to our warrior 2. Looking past those front fingers, towards your intention. From here, moving towards our triangle, thumb and forefinger finds crease of hip. And then base of rib. Deepening that crease, lengthening those ribs. Choosing how to ground your bottom hand down, thumb in line with shin bone as you wrap the calf. Some might choose to grab the big toe, some work inside or outside the foot. Our favorite option here is to bring bricks outside the calf, balancing the up energy and the down energy. With that right hand, we can rotate those ribs, opening up shoulder, stretching hand high to the sky, choosing either to look down to the ground, off to the side, or up to the sky, finding a drishti or eye focus that works for your breath, your balance, your state of mind. Sometimes it's good to challenge yourself. Sometimes it's good to not to challenge yourself, to treat yourself, not that a challenge is unkind, but treat yourself kindly. From here, moving towards our triangle on one foot, top hand finds the hip. Either one big step or a couple of steps in. Set your base first. So the foot comes in. Setting hand and foot. Once you have that base, make sure it's nice and wide. That looks a little tight. Once you have that base, hand and foot, back foot gets light. You can flex that back foot. Take your time. From this place, top hand can rotate the ribs, opening up shoulder, stretching hand high to the sky for a beautiful Ardha Chandrasana, a beautiful half moon. Breathing into your belly, and then from your belly, from that strength, from that center, finding more space in the shape from the inside out, connecting with the pulsation of your breath. From here, top hand finds the hip, landing either a short, a medium, or a long stance. Hands find the hips, adjusting your stance as you find your warrior 2. One last time, looking past those front fingers with that mixture of effort and ease, reaffirming your intention. From here, a big windmill of the arms as we stretch out those shoulders, finding low lunge. And from low lunge, back to down dog as you will. Either cycling through vinyasa, stretching straight back, or making another choice instead. Balancing your sthira with your sukha. You're stirring it up energy with your sugary energy. From down dog, I'll invite you to land the knees lightly as we find a child's pose with a stack of soft fists. Letting your forehead rest on those fists as you gently rock your hips from side to side. Now switching the stack of the fists, keep rocking it side to side. Trying to go lower here. Awesome. Tripod works. Have you switched the stack of the fists yet? If so, go for it. Keep rocking side to side. From here, I'll invite you to sit on your heels as you connect the inner knees. Palms on the thighs. Hero pose. Kneeling hero pose. As we sit tall through the crown. Ears over shoulders. Ears and shoulders over hips. From palms flat on thighs, I'll invite you to have one palm support the other. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. From here, I'll invite you to bring feet off to one side or the other. Maybe identifying your easy side and going the other way. Examining your patterns of movement. And then finding two long legs in front. Awesome. You took the time to do that. Thank you, Kathy, for actually taking me seriously on that one. From this place, I'll invite you to find the top of your mat. We're going to do a long, slow roll down. So I want you to have some room. Yes, you're going to come farther up. Starting from our neutral spine, our tall spine, back of the head, in line with the sacrum, long arms, long legs. From here, tucking tail and chin, C-spine as we slowly roll ourselves down. The lower you go, Kathy takes us to an extreme sometimes, the slower you go, but I love it. There she goes. Look at that. Such core strength. When she gets down, full body stretch, long spine, the low back lifts. Keeping that sense of space in the low back, finding your Shavasana as you sweep hands by your side, widening your thighs, scooting your head back as you flatten your shoulders. And we won't be here too long. Just long enough to let all the shapes, all the sequences seep into the marrow of our bones. At home, certainly feeling free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. One of my teachers says 20 minutes minimum to fully relax. Consciously, you don't want to fall asleep. Having said that, if you fall asleep, you probably aren't getting enough sleep, and that's okay too. For the purposes of this class, I'm going to ring these yoga bells 3 times. I'll invite you to move your mind before you move your body. Bring your attention back to your breath, watching as it flows in and out. Like watching clouds drift by in the sky, or boats on the bay, or a river as that river passes by. From a place of just watching your breath, shaping your breath as you find a long, slow breath in, followed by an even longer, slower breath out. Finding a more easeful breath with longer, slower exhalations. Keeping this more easeful breath, inviting more flow into your body as you gently ripple fingers and toes. Inviting that flow in towards center as you gently circle wrists and ankles a couple times each way. Adding a little shimmer of the shoulders, a little shake of the hips. Intuitive movement, whatever feels right and good for you, connecting with your own innate sense of well-being. Now pressing your back into the mat to support the action of the legs as we draw one knee into the heart, the other knee follows. Hands cap the knees, using your thighs to gently massage your low belly. Your center of balance as you gently lift and lower the low back and hips. Front to back, side to side, little circles. Whatever feels right and good for you. Keeping the neck relaxed, reaching back with a hand to lift and tuck the chin. Keeping the chin tucked, the hand comes back to the knee of the shin. Feel free to grab the back of the thighs. And then starting to rock yourself front to back to front, massaging your spine. And then a little core engagement, a little momentum as we rock on up to find a cross-legged sit. Feel free to pop up on a brick or a blanket or a bolster. As we sit grounded down through both sits bones, light and long in the spine, I'll invite you to bring your hands onto your knees. Pulling back with your hands to settle your shoulders. Pressing down on both sits bones to lift the kidneys in and up, finding a little more space in your low back. Long through all sides of the neck with a soft tuck of the chin. I'll invite you to bring one hand onto the heart, the other hand on top. And I want you to mimic what I do here, Kathy. Ending our practice, listening and feeling as our breath flows in and out. From this place, I'll invite you to bow as you thank yourself for practicing yoga. Now, Kathy, you're going to come back up. And as we offer our practice out to each other, wash my hands. So they look like this. Yeah, like this. See the little spaces between? And then out to the world. That's beautiful. And then spinning the palms out, taking one more bow. Namaste.
Namaste.
Now come back up. Hands find the heart. Thank you all so much for practicing with us.
Thank you all so much for practicing with us.
Thank you, Kathy. You don't have to mimic me exactly.
Thank you,
you, Kathy, for practicing with me.
Thank you, Mark, for leading our practice.
Excellent. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Namaste. Have a nice day.
Namaste.